Okay, so police were called on me. What are the odds, right? Yeah, I'm a terrorist. You're a tourist. Whatever. Figured I'd give you guys a little bit of an update because we're at the end of the rope. Okay, and the camera placement on where this is stupid as hell on this phone. Whatever. Like I'm looking at the center right now, looking at the upper right here. That's the bottom left. Stupid. Anyway, so here's where I'm at. We do have footage of this as well. I think you guys are following along. I'm not uploading too many things publicly yet as far as identity goes, so I'll tell the stories and things and I'll keep my logs. I mean, this isn't because I don't have the logs, this is just, it's a legal thing, you know? Technically, I'm able to release this stuff. There are very fine lines that I get to walk. But it also helps me not to prematurely release these things and have them backfire and people make plans and shit like that. So where we're at now, police were called earlier today, but the biggest update is I was actually attacked by the landlord. Ow! Yeah, he broke the door, slamming it on my face, like legit. Thank you, buddy. That text message, very flattering. And I have some couple people in my car. They're real, just great people. So I literally got the door slammed in my face. Now I rent this place to a point. These things are your property, but I've had to start recording him due to various things, and you guys should know enough information on that. If you don't, check the log. Look at some of the former videos with similar titles. Landlord Force. So literally, I followed him with the camera because he's stolen from me money, material objects, he's destroyed personal private property, he's sexually harassed me, and the list goes on. But that's the more immediate reasons on why you might need to watch someone when they're in your home. You know, got to pay attention, make sure they aren't messing up. Later on, they might try to create crazy circumstances and make you in the wrong to back them in some of their crimes. So I'm filming at this point. Every time y'all are around now, I have to. I have no choice. It's a hassle. It takes some time up. But if you're here, I got to pay attention because damned if I'm going to pay for other people's bullshit. So I'm doing just that, and I'm following him around. I follow him outside on the porch, and then, you know, for all I know, you're going to start flipping tables and chairs and shit. Yeah, I got to really pay close attention, you know. So on the way back in the door, he tried to slam the door on my face, like he tried to shut it. And he did so with such force and so much of his body that he broke the door. So yeah, there's that. And of course, I was filming. Unfortunately, the camera was pointed toward me, but you can tell. You can tell. And any intelligent person that can read body language, I mean, one, why would I hit myself in the face? Two, how would I with what you get to see? I quickly fixed the angle, realizing it moments after, flipped it back around, continuing to pursue and follow him through the house while he allegedly makes repairs or whatever. Granted that they woke me up again, banging on the door. No notice anybody was coming over the whole bit, as if that's even important at this point. So the guy attacked me, and then he called police. Of course, look, not in jail. Go figure. Didn't do anything wrong. I mean, unless you count my mouth being negative back to terrorists, you know, I know how to defend myself to a point. And if you're upset, I'm going to let you stay there. You know, this is school for evil. But yeah, so he attacked me. I have that on film. We're going to get to follow that up. I've already placed a couple calls and reports, and we'll get to see what happens there. I'm sure soon enough I might get a 30-day notice. We'll see. I know he needs me. There's got to be a reason he's tolerating all of this, right? Is it that I have all the ammunition? Is it that he needs the money? Who's to say? It's purely speculation. But I'm pretty sure it's the money. You know, like you upgraded different vehicles, you bought new vehicles, you show up high all the time, and you're a massive troll and cunt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure he needs the cash and doesn't elsewhere spend cash wisely. But yeah, so stay tuned. I want to keep this one as short as possible. I just wanted to let y'all know this time I was physically assaulted. Looks like we finally got some really good evidence to use. I mean, the man assaulted me. And even if he hadn't, which he did, to try to kick me out of your home, like forcibly, no notice, anything, to shut a door after I just paid you rent. It's the beginning of the month. I just paid you full price. And not only have I not been getting hot water, but you think you can, what? Let's say I did verbally harass him. Hypothetically, if I verbally harass someone, at what point does it give you the right to physically harass and assault somebody as a follow-up? It doesn't. Let him be wrong and he's wrong. You join me being wrong and we're all wrong. So even if I was to blame for anything, which I don't believe that I am, following it up with such levels of aggression is unprecedented. It's unacceptable. So now we finally have him physically assaulting me on film. Yes. Police came. That didn't go well. Not exactly. The police tried to give me an unlawful order. If any of you guys out there watch shit like James Freeman on YouTube, which I highly recommend, you're going to love it. It'll teach you a little bit about your rights and the borderline way you got to walk to defend yourself against or around police. You know, because people will try to give you, for example, non-law-abiding orders, and you can ask them to quote the statute, and they don't know. Now, granted, if you get the wrong cop, you still might have someone who might beat your ass, arrest you whether it's right or not, etc. But I advocated my rights a little bit, and what ended up happening was I came out to the sidewalk when the cop came here. I'm in the public. I'm on the sidewalk, right? Perfectly fine. Any angle I point the camera, perfectly fine. I'm on public sidewalk. He tried to give me an unlawful order telling me to stay back. That's not how it works. Sorry, buddy. There's no tape. There's no signs. I'm not trespassing. I'm in public. Sorry, buddy. Didn't say it like that, of course. Tried to defend myself slightly. I did get a quick clip of it. And he said, I'm not going to tell you again, where I started recording. Already fucking screaming and acting like a retard. And I said, look, sir, I mean, if you've heard of anything like cop block, then you know that there are rights that some of us will exercise, including filming from public locations, you know. And he's continuing to try to, you're impeding an investigation. Cops usually quick jumping in there. I said, what investigating? What are you investigating? What crime am I breaking? Can you give me a statute? And he could not. I continued to stay equidistance away. He described what the word equidistance means. I'm 1 to 2 humans away from you. If a human were laying on the ground in between us. I'm not following you. I'm not in your face. Quit your retardation, you know. I'm not impeding any investigation. You don't have to talk to me. You can talk to the guy you came here to talk to who called you. Go talk to him. I'm just filming in a public location. Now, if he wants to, go ahead and tackle me. We'll sort it out through the courts later. You'll move to another office and nothing will happen to you, but ultimately there will be no charges that stick to me. It'll just be some time and a little bit of pain, right? If things get brought to a physical level. So I'm going to keep exercising my rights. Yeah, I didn't say it that way, naturally. And I continued to. I let him continue to incriminate himself, even the cop like that, you know, that's giving me a wrong order. I stayed around just enough to know that I'm not even going to be able to talk to you when you're done, because this is you. This is the aggression level you have. This is the ego you have. You got your foot in your mouth already, and even if I tried to talk to you, it looks like you're looking for a reason. And a lot of cops, and now 99% of the cops I've dealt with out here in Portsmouth recently actually are really great. Shockingly so. This is the first one I've found in a long time that it's one of those adrenaline junkies who's encouraging them, waiting for the next argument. You know, trying to make it seem like you're fighting them before you get there so that they have the incentive to start being much more aggressive with you. Okay. At least now we have the footage. I'm pretty sure I'll be kicked out of this house soon, or attempted to. I have no plans on leaving. I'm going to stay here until I get my ass dragged to the court. You know, so like say for example, even if you fill out a 30-day notice, which I haven't seen yet, but if you gave me a 30-day notice and it made it to my hands, which is another stipulation he's not going to think through, how are you going to give it to me when I know to stay away from you, that you're a terrorist? Okay, cool. So there is no 30-day notice. I hope you find some really crafty ways of doing it, because you didn't want to meet with my case manager and have a house meeting too, which means I'm not going to get it from my case manager either, who just officially stopped being my case manager as I got a new one in an entirely different office that's local instead of out in Virginia Beach. So even if you communicated through him, I have no obligation to go talk to someone else who failed me and no longer works with me legally in an official capacity. So, but let's say that he did somehow, and that somehow the paper came to me. My plan is to not leave. I'm going to wait till the 30 days expire, let him take me to court, go to court, solve the problem. It's as simple as that. I'm no longer afraid, no longer worried, no longer stressed. I mean, a little bit of stress, no lie, but just a little bit. It's more like I'm ready for this to end. I've been ready for this to end for a long time. He still hasn't done anything. By the time things catch up in court, or at any time, I mean, if we go to court, there's no way in human hell that even a third of what he needs to do to cover his tracks can be done in time. He will lose. Will I still lose a place to live? Absolutely. There's no reason why you have to have a guy in your house. In the end, I will lose this. But in the end, he will also lose everything he's worked for, the businesses. A lot of money he'll have to reimburse me. Living here a month without water, etc. Living here, there's a lot of conditions. And we'll figure that out with the courtroom. But apart from being extremely exhausted and having to deal with this stupid shit all the time, we're here again, you know. And now we're just playing the waiting game. So at this point, I've been advised by a few people not to contact him and let him dig a hole. This is exactly what I'm doing. He struck me with a door today. You fucked up, Todd. Just trying to shut the door on me, let alone actually hitting me with it, was too much. You already lost. And so we'll see. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Love you. No! Don't shut down. Don't shut down. Don't shut down. Don't. Haha! I did it. Okay, now we can end it. Now it gets uploaded. Thank God I had that plugged in right there, right? Thank me. All right, much love to you guys. Just giving you constant updates. Gotta let you know, because one day I might fail. So far, I'm the king of hell. Second in command. I'm running school for evil. I'm taking a lot of risks a lot of times to make wars a little longer than they need to be, because I'm not just going to pussy out and lose. But obviously, I don't need to necessarily go through all this extraneous effort. So the fact that I'm not arrested yet is awesome. But who's to say? Maybe one day I do make a mistake. Maybe one day I do something without thinking, and these logs will at least keep you guys continually informed what the laws really are, what they aren't, what we've learned in the process. And as we continue to tell you, don't think in terms of good and evil, think in terms of works, and it doesn't work. So I'm Kevin Cass. I told y'all I'd originally break down another clip, but we're going to wait a little bit now, because now there's so much juicy footage that I'd love to just do a full episode. Now we have clips of Carl and clips of my narcissistic ass following him around, letting him make mistakes, egging him on just enough to make sure he stays in the wrong. And we also have clips, as we've advertised to you, about the medical ride, and the medical taxi, and the alcoholic drunk driver without a seatbelt driving over cars. So this should be fun to go over at some point. With any luck, we'll get one more clip or whatever and have enough for a good 30 minutes to an hour program, and we'll break it all down and have a little fun with the borderline legality of the nasty mouth, how to defend yourself against these terrorists, and what I plan on doing next. Like the one woman, she's pretty much guaranteed to lose her job as it is. I've already reported her ever full make and model number, cars, or license plates, and the company makes it easy for that. They text you every time you're going to have a ride of what to expect. Type of car, the name, and their first name, and the license plate. So, obviously don't have a whole lot of happy energy here, but we are ending this chapter once and for all. The drama's finally going to end, so I'm looking forward to that. And once I'm finally out of here, no matter what the conditioning, even if there's nowhere to go, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be 1,000 times happier, not constantly having to deal with psychos and matching them in wits and chaos. Anyway, peace be with y'all. And remember, kids, have fun with it.